That was 5, 6 level ups, 5.5 level ups.
Poor Rokuro. That one boss fight, he's just the one character who's gonna be wrong forever now. I mean, he's been wrong for the whole game, but you know what I mean.
For other reasons.
Oh yeah, and our expedition has returned.
That's a pretty good cameo fight.
Two Cats Corner. We have to buy 15 life bottles and we might get more stuff, right? That was a very expensive pair of boots. So that lets us equip new stuff, right? Because you can equip that garment.
I'll just stack some more of that ability, right?
Is he the last character in the cycle?
Yeah. Yep.
Seeing as Eleanor starts with 0 soul or 0 blast, she really needs to be swapped out right now.
She will start with a little bit. Because that was one of the other things, too, is when we were running from those fights, Aizen was still getting a little bit of blast every time a fight started.
Yeah, we'll definitely benefit that final file just by maxing art usage, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I need to... Let's start this cycle again.
Gotta find the Dark Turtles. Or whatever event causes it. Try titanium, maybe? There's something on Cat's Corner. Or not, Norman Island, I mean. The Isle of Terror.
Wow! I ain't seen people in forever! Not since Artorias and his bunch.
You've met Artorias before?
Met him? Boy, I tell you what, I've done way more than that. Once, we all went adventuring with Artorias and the king himself. If you can believe it, we traveled the world, purifying malevolence and spreading the blessings of Malakim.
Wait, the king?
Yes, ma'am. The one and only King Claudin, who ended the era of darkness.
The Hero King? How could someone from the distant past be traveling with Artorias?
Between you and me, little lady, he used an oath to live about another 300 years. Heck, he was even the former head of the Exorcists.
King Claudin was the head of the Exorcists?
He held that post for a real long time, but then he met Artorias, who was an orphan. The king couldn't have been happier. He found an earnest pupil, a perfect candidate for his successor. But then, things took a mighty sad turn for the worse.
What happened?
All the other Norman who traveled with us are on their way to the place where Claudin died. The place known as Loringen. If you want to know more, you ought to ask them.
It's hard to believe that King Claudin, the former head of the Exorcists, and Artorias' teacher were all the same person.
It's not so unbelievable. Melchior was using the same oath. I'd even go a step further and say that Melchior was imitating Claudin to get in his inner circle.
Hold on. You didn't happen to know Claudin, did you?
Afraid not. I never met the man in person. But I knew he had enough quirks to really get the old geezer's goat sometimes. I mean, he gave up wealth and power to protect the world as an exorcist. The man lived for his work in the same way that a fish lives to swim in the sea.
And Artorias is the one who took his place. For now, let's just focus on getting to Lorngan. Listen, Velvet. If nothing else, I think you should find the truth for your own sake. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I was just thinking how few events had occurred here. I think this tower could make a good town in the middle of nowhere. It could sell some excellent equipment.
Like some balmy fluid. They really should have had mysterious liquid as an enhancement ingredient, right?
Missed opportunities. Rough gemstone.
Hey, I've got a question. Were you one of the Norman who traveled with Artorias?
Why, sure! Are you a relative of his or something?
Tell me, what happened here?
No can do. That ain't something I can just go blabbing about.
I'm a follower of Melchior's, who in turn stood behind Claudin. Please, we'd like to know.
Well then, this place is where Claudin died. It all happened more than 10 years ago. Claudin had taken an oath never to kill, but he broke it to save the life of Artorias, his most beloved disciple.
Another death on his hands.
Nah, Artorias didn't do nothing wrong. There was no other way Claudin could have saved the boy. Besides, Claudin had nearly stretched that oath to its limits. Claudin believed in the purity of Artorias' spirit. He entrusted his hopes and the very future of the world to his disciple. Sad thing is, Artorias just kept blaming and blaming himself for the death of his master.
That sounds like him.
So he tried to do everything he could to live up to Claudin's ideals, with no one else to help. He traveled the world teaching folks about Malachine and them dreadful demons, and how important it is to have a pure heart. But people had lived in peace so long, they didn't care for his stories. And in the end, the four Empyreans drifted into slumber. Once again, Artorias felt he had nobody to blame but himself. So what did he do? He started talking about how if we stuck with him, he'd turn us into demons. So he journeyed to the east, all by his lonesome.
He went east.
Say! How is Artorias doing these days? What's he been up to?
Thanks for sharing your story. I know it must not be the easiest thing to talk about.
Midgand has become a dangerous place. You should go back to Norman Island before you turn into a demon.
So, our young head exorcist, racked with despair and helplessness, gave everything up and headed to the east. So then, to Eastgand, I guess?
Maybe to a ball?
Velvet, why don't we stop in a ball? I feel like we're being called there.
Yeah, I feel it too.
I saw this place, it all started to make sense. Artorias must have lived a happy and peaceful life here.
Who are you?
Who, me? I'm a Norman who traveled the continent with Artorias years ago. He's been on my mind quite a lot lately. So I followed a rumor that led me here.
That Princessia. Were you the one who put it out?
Nope, wasn't me. It was already here when I arrived. Do you know the deeper symbolic meaning behind the Princessia flower?
It can mean an irreplaceable treasure, or that you wish them well for years to come.
Then the one who planted it was...
Yep, that's right. The person lying in this grave saved the life of a certain someone who had been worn down and broken by his mission. Thank you. The poor fellow. He was always so serious. So deadly, deadly serious. And he was practically always being strangled by his own conscience. So much so that he deluded himself into believing he needed to erase the emotions of the human race he so dearly loved. Please, if I may, somehow, some way, set the poor guy free.
Oh, I intend to. But my version of setting him free might be a bit different from yours.
Well, I'm still counting on you, Lord of Calamity.
I think I understand Artorias' past now.
Yeah. No matter who you are or how far up the chain you climb, life never entirely goes your way.
You said it. As much as he claims to be a man of reason, he still managed to give in to sentiment enough to plant flowers here.
Not only can he not protect the ones he loves, he can't even permit himself to be free.
Indeed. But I think that's human nature, too.
I suppose. But I'd also say he has an inner strength like no one else. He lost his master and his wife, and yet he overcame those failures to rise again as the shepherd.
I get that. But it doesn't absolve his crimes. I have to settle the score with him.
Yeah.
I'll be with you until the very end, Velvet.
Are you sure that's really something you want to say in front of your sister's gravesite?
All the more reason she should hear this.
I don't remember how expensive this one was. Okay, thinking. Trigger for Dark Turtles. I just kind of stumbled on it, but I don't know.
Is it one of the places you haven't been looking is Titania? There's an event here.
Indeed, there is.
How many times do I have to tell you? You just don't get it!
You're the one who doesn't get it. You're just making a lot of trouble where there shouldn't be any, old man.
What did you just call me? Say that again. I dare you.
Both of you, shut up already! You're making so much noise that I'm tempted to devour your heads just to get some peace and quiet!
Honestly, I find it odd how you pirates, who are on the same side, are always fighting. Yet you don't hesitate to rescue shipwrecked Abbey sailors who are your enemy.
What's so hard to understand about that?
You're treating your ally like your enemy, and your enemy like your ally.
Seriously? You still have a lot to learn, apparently.
What the hell does the Abbey teach you, exorcists? You talk all about going around helping people, but you don't know the first thing about sailing.
Are you implying that the first thing about sailing is to help your enemies?
I can't explain it to the likes of you. Benwick, you explain it to our esteemed exorcist here.
Well, you see, when somebody out at sea is in trouble, we don't refer to them as allies or enemies. You might think nothing of being aboard a ship, but take a moment to think about how vast and deep the ocean is. Now imagine if you weren't on a ship, if you were out here alone. Sends chills down your spine, doesn't it?
I guess I can't argue with you there.
Out on the sea, even just a single board of driftwood can mean the difference between staying afloat and succumbing to the depths of the water. That's why even when we raid and sink a ship, we pull up anybody who took for the water, and we bring them aboard.
I know it sounds hypocritical to attack someone's ship and then rescue them out of the water, but that's just the way things are on the sea.
You pirates are an interesting bunch.
Plus, if the people we rescue end up getting another ship, we can attack them again and take all their new loot.
You don't go and kill every last prickle boar in the forest, or else you won't have any more to hunt later. It's the way of the world.
And my faith is gone.
Alright, but why were you two fighting to begin with?
Oh right, that! I remember why. Benwick here came up and started squeezing lemon juice on the perfectly fine fried chicken I just made.
Who wouldn't do that? It's normal.
The way you drench it takes away all the seasoning and complexity of flavor that I worked so hard to get right.
No way! You have to at least put that much on, or it's not worth eating at all.
Oh, forget about the chicken. Who wants to douse these two in a bucket of water instead?
Make it ice water.
Dial, Medusa wants to use some octopus demon to make dinner tonight. Let's go catch some together.
Okay, sure. We can go as soon as I'm all done here.
Okay, but hurry!
You and Kamoana seem to have become really good friends.
Yeah, I guess she's really latched on to me.
I think it meant a lot that you protected her when we were attacked at Titania. She told me that lizards usually feel cold to touch, but that you have a warm heart deep down.
That's not me at all. I'd have run away if I had my tail back, but I'd already gotten surprised and dropped it. So what else could I do but fight?
Oh yeah, I guess you'd lost your tail, hadn't you?
Has Kamoana stopped trying to scare you after that?
It looks like it, yeah. Long enough for my tail to regrow again, at least.
Oh, it's back. I didn't see.
Boo!
Oh no, his tail!
Kamoana, sweetie. You know better than to scare Dial.
But he's being so slow! He kept me waiting too long. But... I'm sorry.
It's all right. It'll grow back again. And besides, lizard tails make the best bait for octopus demons. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Now how about we go catch us some dinner?
Yay! Let's go, Dial! Let's go!
His tenure in this story. Like, he's not really much of a character, but he plays so much of a role, right?
He sticks around far longer than I think most people would have expected. Oh, yep, that's it.
And We should probably check Merchio's shops while we're in Merchio because, you know, this is one of the shops we couldn't really afford. Can't believe those horrible people abandoned all their yaks.
I think we're probably gonna save the EX dungeon for next play session because I do have something I have to do today.
Hello, White Turtles. How's business?
Not great. Not great at all. Thanks to certain somebodies, my balances have all gone haywires. Serves me right for counting my turtles before they hatched.
That sounds awful, I guess.
Don't feel bad. Not like it's got anything to do with us.
Certainly not. That's why today's your lucky day. Cause I'm throwing another big sales.
Come on, guys, you're being too mean to him. He's done so much to help us throughout our journey, hasn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, Mr. Turtles. If something's ever got you down, you can tell us. I don't know how much help we can be, but I bet even just talking about it will make you feel better.
I can't tell you how nice it feels to hear such kind words at a time like this.
Sure, fine. But what about the sale?
Right! Everything's on sale at market prices once again.
Great, thanks. Fee, give the nice Turtles the smile he wants so much.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Turtles.
No, thank you!
This appears to be the exact same shop.
Okay, now the cats should be at the Empyrean's throne.
So I saw those barriers went away in all these areas, right?
Yeah.
I can fight too! Looks like you're
We also have a permanent 5 now since we got all those,
Yeah. When you get the dual mystic arts, you get a 6.
No.
It's a tragedy.
For your trip, then look no further than Les Katz's corner store. Meow!
What? No White Turtles?
Maybe he caught a cold and decided to stay in bed and sleep.
Just the opposite, Meow. You might even say he's had an awakening, Meow. He's seen the truth of this crazy world, Meow.
What are you going on about?
Whatever it is, I'm worried about him. Then you should visit Cat's Corner, Meow. I heard there's a Turtles there waiting for you guys to show up, Meow.
Cat's Corner, huh? Wonder what he's doing there.
You should cook before we trigger this.
Done.
Turtelz in the house.
What's that song?
Turtelz. Everyone loves them Turtelz. It's called The Hymn of Turtelz. It's an old family song. A real blast from the past. It's a cursed song. One meant to put chills down your spines. But it's almost a waste to sing to use, pipsqueaks.
What? I don't understand a word you're saying.
You will soon enough. Trust me. You like how nice and dark this shell is?
Hold on, are you white turtles?
You've turned down a dark path.
A path that yous all sent me down?
We did?
Yeah! And now I'm gonna cook you a new one!
Cook him a new one? Why?
And not just Laphicet. I'm gonna cook yous a new one too, sister! And Rokuro and Aizen and Magalu, you guys are getting cooked too! I'm up to my shelling debts! And it's all because of yous guys and your discounts! I'm so into Reds, I got sold off to be made into turtle soup. They were dressing me up with spices and everything, planning to make a whole feast out of me.
I still don't understand a word you're saying.
I want it all's back. I want the good old days when I was young, but now my heart and shell, they's all gone dark as the soy sauce I was marinated in. Yes, now I am Dark Turtelz! Because of yous, my old life is gone forevers.
The apple.
Behold the salty soy darkness that stews within my heart!